Feeling stuck like you, don't know what to do. I know there's more in you, but you cannot see it. There's a remedy, and I've got the strategy. It's time to turn your dreams into a reality. Push, and I'ma help you. 'Cause it's time to.
Hi, welcome again to another episode of Push Talk Podcast. My name is Ose Sesay and I'm your Push Strategist. If you have not subscribed to us already, make sure that you subscribe here on YouTube by, of course, hitting subscribe. And check us out also on Apple Podcasts, where we have our audio podcast, Push Talks Podcast. So today we are going to talk about our new series called The Winning Season. It is all about people winning despite what we've gone through, despite what we've encountered. This is a season of winning and just really saying, look, 2021, you're almost at its end, but I have so much to celebrate. So we have guests that's going to be on the podcast talking about being in their winning season. And this episode, we will have AV Perkins, or AV Supreme. She is a DIY expert and creator of AV Does What began as a traditional do-it-yourself blog has now grown into a lifestyle platform that includes crafts, upcycle furniture, pop culture, and so much more. As a digital host for HGTV, Handmade, along with appearances on Forbes, Bustle, Pioneer Woman, BuzzFeed, AV is determined to help thrifty millennials realize life is better when you do it yourself. She is also the co-creator of University of Dope, an exciting, thought-provoking card game that celebrates hip-hop culture and is the first of its kind. And we will actually have a game that we will be giving away. So if you watch this episode and you're interested, hit me up on my Instagram, DM me. That's the way they say it, right? DM me and let me know your favorite hip hop artist, and you will be entered in the drawing to win your very own box of the University of Dope game, the Wu-Tang inspiration, which we'll hear more about. But let us get into the episode. Excited to have you guys again. Let's get our push from AV Perkins. Business in your career and beyond. So you don't want to miss out. So just go ahead and subscribe now, share with your friends, write a review, and we appreciate you. So we only have 15 minutes, guys, and I have a load of questions for AV. So we're going to jump right in, AV. Okay, I'm ready. I'm so excited. Okay, we actually, me and AV connected back in the day when I had a pop-up shop in Brooklyn, and just to see what has happened in her life with her business, it's just so motivating to me.
That was like 8 years ago.
Yeah. Wait, how long was it? 8 years?
Almost, I think like 8 years.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe it's been that long.
Yes.
That's why I'm just like, you just have to keep going on this journey of business and creating what, you're called to do, because if you give up too soon, you won't hit the Forbes like Miss Avery did. Okay.
Yes. And that was the way when we met, that was a whole different business.
I know. Crazy.
So what we're talking about today, I wasn't even doing that then. So
wow.
Yeah,
it goes to show, keep going, and you're kind of shaping yourself as an entrepreneur, right? Like, I'm sure you could speak to that you were great at this and you knew you had this gift, but you shaped yourself to now create this amazing business model. So I'm so proud of you. I'm excited to hear your journey. So, okay, let me stop chit chatting, because I'm sure they're like, just shut up and talk. Interview her. So, okay, so we're going to start off with my first question for you, AV. So I want to hear a little bit more about your journey. We see you've made an impact, being highlighted in Forbes as a pandemic pivot sparked success. That was the title of the article, which speaks so much to how you used the pandemic. It was such a tough time, but you did not let that like hinder you, and you've
Mhm.
just blown up. But I want to hear like not only just about University of Dope, this business that was featured in Ford, but also Avery does what with your DIY stuff, because I've been like obsessing over it. So share with us, please. Share.
Well, I mean, I'm not a so what I'm looking for. I'm not a stranger to pivoting when
Mm,
things are, unfavorable.
yes.
So, like I mentioned before, we met, 8 years ago, and I was
Mhm.
selling candles. I was making custom made candles,
Wow.
and during that time, like that was a business I had started maybe like a year or two prior to us meeting,
Mhm.
but my father had passed away. So
Oh,
like before you and I had met,
mhm.
and just figuring it out, figuring out my
Mhm.
life. I actually had stopped making candles shortly after because I just couldn't do it
Wow.
anymore. But in that time, I pivoted, right? Like I did some
Mm,
traveling, came back, we met, and then but I just decided I didn't want to do it anymore. I want to do something else. Um,
mm.
and I started AV Does What because
Oh,
I was always a crafter, always handy. I
wow.
worked in the film industry doing props
Yeah.
and set decorating for 10 years. So I've done a lot
Yeah.
of different things in this life so far.
Yes, I
And
saw that. I said, "How amazing she could whip
yeah,
up a set and all, child. Look at that."
all of that. And I wanted to keep that going. My dad
Yeah,
worked in construction, and I wanted to, it
wow.
was kind of like homage to him, but not like an
Yeah,
online diary because that's kind of like weird.
yeah.
I know that sounds good, but it just wasn't my
Yeah,
speed,
yeah.
And I started AV Does What because it's literally me figuring out my life. So that's what
Wow.
I like. My tagline is life is better when you do it yourself. Like, yes,
Yeah.
DIY can be very specific, crafts,
Mhm.
cookies, all of that. But
Yeah.
yourself, you are your greatest DIY project, you
Yes,
know?
yes. Oh,
So
so good.
there's times where I, open about different things I've gone through like in life, and I still have
Mhm.
to work on myself. And you still have to work on yourselves. We all
Yep.
have to work on ourselves. So that
Yes.
I think of DIY as a whole concept.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, I started that around
Mhm.
that time, and it's been about like 8 years, and I've gotten a lot of different opportunities because of it, including being a digital host for HGTV.
Yes, I saw that.
Yes.
I said, "Okay, now TV
Yes.
star."
that that in February coming up, it'll be 2 years. I've been with
Wow.
them. It's been an amazing experience. I love them. I've
Mhm.
always admired the channel and our
Mhm.
digital platform, Handmade,
Yeah.
which is more
Wow.
approachable crafts.
Yep. Mhm.
And yeah, so with
Wow.
that, just keep going, keep going. I was doing AV Does What for, a long time before University of Dope came along. And that
Wow.
started because my friend from college, she came to visit me in Brooklyn. And I asked her if we were at dinner, and
Yeah.
I asked her if she could name all the members of Wu Tang. And she said
Wow.
yes. And I did not believe her. I still don't believe her. That's the thing, right? I still don't believe her. And I said, could you name them all if were consuming some adult beverages? She
Yes.
said yes. I was like, yeah, whatever. But we went back to my house and we looked for
Mhm.
a Wu-Tang drinking game because we figured it
Wow.
had already existed. So we wanted to buy it. We were looking to be a
Yeah.
customer. And
Yes.
since we could not find it, it was just like, yo, this would be a dope game. And we kind of like
Wow.
sat on it for a little bit because we
Mhm.
both had our own businesses. Me with AV
Mhm.
Does What, and
Yeah.
my business partner, she does event planning and has
Mhm.
like another job. So
Wow.
we were like, nah. And then it just kept kind of like nagging at us. And then we really like
Mm.
buckled down and did it. And November 1st made 5 years of University of
Wow.
Dope. The
Wow.
first card game dedicated to hip hop culture.
Yeah, girl, look, where is my pom poms up in here? Let's wave it. Hallelujah. Girl, this is so, you found the problem and you created like, you just, it's so, it seems so simple. But how
Hmm.
many of us don't even pay attention to that? We would have just keep going on. Well, somebody would do it or somewhere out there. I love that you guys like really kept letting that nagging turn into something that's now profitable and 5 years later. And just hearing your journey, like, it's so inspiring. Like, like you said, we're our own do it ourselves project. I love that. And as I watch your social media, I always crack up because you're just so fun, you're lighthearted, you're just really about just making the best experiences out of life. I love hearing the dating little tweets you post and stuff, and I'm just like, wow, somebody who's really just kind of really using life and saying it's a canvas. I'm going to create my own, and I'm going to make sure that I live my best life. So I'm so proud again of what you guys have done. Now, you said this in your post, and I was like, yes. A quote you said was, I have a clear vision for my life, and I cannot let anything impact that. God has placed many things on my heart for a reason, and I got to see it through, my boy.
I got to see it
What
through, my
is
boy.
the why behind the work you've done? I know you shared a little bit about your dad, but if there's like just a why, like what is that one why that keeps you going? And because I love that quote, you got to see it through.
I mean, for me, it's like I've always been creative, and I'm blessed that I didn't have parents that tried to like, quell that. And they just like, hey, my parents are Jamaican, so they're all always down to have like 16 jobs. So it's just like, just don't be broke, like that's how do what you want.
African parents are the same way, okay?
So I was like, okay, so I didn't have the traditional in the sense, say like you got to be a doctor, engineer, lawyer, or anything like that. So one, it's not saying that, oh, is this not possible? No, it is possible because I'm doing it, and you can find what you love and you can do that. So I try to be an inspiration to my nieces and nephews, that auntie is doing that, and my auntie's on TV. My auntie does like, they already do that now. They do that to people, right? So and then they can do whatever it is that they want to do.
Yes, I love that.
And besides doing things like, like more material-based things, like having like a pink convertible, like that for sure. That's all.
I love that. I love
our driving force for sure.
Yes, I love that because it's about the next generation. Like everything you're doing is for them too as well. So so exciting. So I know you AV Supreme. Okay. I don't have the flows, but I'm about to let you know. Okay. University of Dope is about this hip hop game. So I thought it would be really fun to see, you and Skinny B, have it down when it comes to hip hop. That's your partner. But I want to give you a little pop quiz. I dug deep to find this question now. So
okay. Oh, so you asking me? Okay.
I'm asking you. Yep. We're gonna bring it back to University of Dope style because this could be a question. Maybe you add to the next. What is it? I'm sure it's gonna keep evolving.
Oh yes, because we already have an R&B deck.
Yeah, look at that. And then TV, I was seeing it's gonna be maybe TV and stuff like that. So I wanted you to share. We're gonna get to a question saying what's next for you. So I wanted you to share more about that. But let me go ahead and ask this hip hop question. Okay.
Right.
So AV Supreme, can you name at least 4 hip hop albums that were inducted into the Library of Congress?
Oh my gosh. I'm not
my sister, thank you at this one. My sister, she is good at finding.
Tell me out. I am not good at trivia at all. We are not a trivia game. We are majority rules. I tell people all the time because you have to vote to be in the majority. So I don't even have a drink to be like, hey, I'm not even gonna try.
Well, okay,
good luck to those people.
Yes, okay. Now, okay, so this is what I'll do. I'll let you just take a guess, or else I can give you like a clue to some of them.
I feel like I know it. I feel like at least one.
You'll know it. Oh, you will.
I think there's a Nas album in there.
Yes. Okay. Nas. Yep. Illmatic. Yep. Yeah. Okay. That's one.
That's it. Or maybe is there a Jay-Z one in there?
Yes. Blueprint. Come on. Blueprint is gonna be. Yep. They were missing one, which I was really shocked about, but. So I'll give you the other 2. Like I'll name all of them that I had so far, and there may be more added, but just the ones that I have down. So you got 2 right. Okay. You are AV Supreme Hip Hop Queen. Okay. And Push Talk podcast book. Okay. Yes. So in addition to that, NWA's Straight Outta Compton was in it. Run DMC's Raising Hell. De La Soul 3 Feet High and Rising, and Public Enemy Fear of a Black Planet. I was just like, wait, but maybe he's in there now, but Life After Death, like I'm like, hold up, y'all. Now y'all know y'all gotta have Life After Death up in here.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's so many more. I'm sure they've been inducted, but it was just so good to see that these were inducted in the Library of Congress. And I was really like excited and actually stumped on the questions too. So
yeah, that was good.
A little bit of fun. So now I want to go back to University of Dope. your game made it to Staten Island Ferry, which we know is Wu-Tang's home place. Let me tell you, Staten Island is a special love in my heart because every Liberian immigrant that comes to New York, Staten Island is our home. Park Hill, okay. I used to have to go there every Sunday, Oh, goodness, being in Park Hill. So I know a lot about Staten Island. So I just want to know, how did that make you feel? Seeing yourself and what your 5 years of hard work plus more because you've been in the business game for a while. How did that make you feel? And I want to hear what's next for University of Dope and Avery Does What. Tell us what's next.
Well, I mean, that was definitely a proud moment to be there. But even to trump that, one of my most proud moments, with the exception of Forbes, is actually seeing Method Man play. Like Method Man has played, right?
Wow.
So,
Oh my gosh, that's so
one,
cool. I used to love that. Look, that was
listen,
my
besides him being a girl, we are women, we are people. Everybody see
let me tell my husband, don't be jealous, but I love me some Method Man back in the day.
Listen, I love Method Man today.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I know you were just like, oh my gosh.
Yes. So there's that part, right? Like, oh my God, he's fine, he's playing. And I created made Method Man smile. Like, put that on my tombstone.
Oh my God, no, right? You gotta put that on your wall every time you wake up.
So that, and then also because, Wu-Tang, and I got my ODB shirt.
Yes.
So that comes from your mind, and people enjoying it is just like mind blown. But we want more decks. Like, this is the box.
Yes,
so the future is more decks. We have the Anatomy of R&B that is currently out. We're going to create more decks, and we want world domination. Like, that's what I put in. That's what I told Forbes. TV, events, all of that. Me and Skinny B, we are, like Voltron. So when we come together, it is just amazing things happen, and we have a great team. So we just want all of the things. All of the things. We have merchandise. We want more of that. We want festivals. We want all of it.
Yes, and you take it all.
University of Dope game show. Yeah, and that is, our putting our foot in the water in the production.
Awesome. Look, we're getting a little sneak peek, y'all. Okay, we heard it first on the Push Talk podcast. And I'm telling you, it's your winning season. And that's why this series is called the winning season, because it's just to highlight you are winning Forbes, such a pat on the back. Method Man playing your game, like knowing it was made and inspired by his music group. And just, I mean, there's just so much to just say, wow, it's like just full circle moments, like Kairos moments, what I call them, when things just come full circle. And I'm just so happy that you've been able to just create this. And again, Avery does what? We want to still.
Oh, yeah, I want a TV show.
Yes,
so, I do not neglect AV Does What because
because I love it. Look, I need to know how to make all that stuff. Not have to pay. Look, IKEA and all this other stuff. Let me make my own. Okay.
I tell people if Martha and Snoop Dogg decided to have a child, it would be me.
Yeah.
So I have to, like, those are my godparents. So I'm doing both sides, and they both work together.
I'm telling you, I love it. Okay, I'm looking next for you to do a spinoff, okay, with them and so much more. But we're already over the 15 minutes. So you guys have to make sure. First of all, I want to give away a University of Dope game, so I am going to make sure I post that. And when you post this, if you want to enter. I will personally have AV, or I don't know how it works. You're big time, so I probably will buy it myself and then ship it out. But I am so excited to support. I want to get a game myself, especially the R&B one. I'm going to Hawaii, and I want to be able to play this with my girlfriends. Okay, so I'm really, really excited to do that and support. And I'm just, again, it's your winning season, and I'm so excited to just have the opportunity to have you on Push Talk podcast to be part of celebrating you, because it's about celebrating each other too. So check out University of Dope to purchase the games, to purchase probably more merchandise, and to keep up with Avery, because she is on a roll. Okay, she and Skinny B, y'all better keep up. And I wanted to also put your social media. Where could we find you on Instagram? Would it just be University of Dope too as well?
Perfect. On Instagram, on Facebook, and on our Twitter, it is UDope Hot Takes.
Okay, so let me make sure. Okay, I'm going to try to write it quick. So everything is University of Dope, and then Twitter.
Yeah, our our Twitter is literally just all automated of all of our customers' unpopular opinions. So you might see something you don't like Lauryn Hill is overrated. Like it's just there. It's from y'all. Y'all told us that.
Yes, okay. And you said, and tell me your Twitter one more time. You said University Hotcakes.
You dope hot takes. That's our
perfect.
Twitter. And I'm AV like AV.
Oh, I should put it. Check it, make sure it's right, that everything's right there. Except for we have to put yours on there.
Yep.
Make sure. Good. Okay. But I want to put yours too as well. So let me put yours, because if people may want to get in contact with you for Instagram, what is yours, AV?
It is AV does what?
AV does what? Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure I included that too as well. So let me put that back on the screen for you guys watching, and I will also have it in the show notes for the podcast. AV, what a pleasure. So much fun. Look, just one trivia we're excited about. So imagine when we play the game, like I can't wait. So, and I'm excited to have you back, because I want to do a great event in 2022 where we can have you part of that, telling us how to pitch, how to be ready, how to work a room. You have done it, and we will learn from you. So stay tuned for that, you guys. But we look forward to having you back on the Push Talk podcast. And thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, you're welcome. And you guys make sure, like I said, subscribe, check us out, support, share. This is all about us pushing you towards your purpose in business, career, and beyond. Again, my name is Ose Sesay, and come back again to watch another episode of Push Talk Podcast. Bye.